Hey guys, welcome to the Love of Books, Movies, and Happiness. My name's April, and today we're reviewing Iron Flame, Book 2 in the Empyrean series, which started with the much-loved Fourth Wing. And if you're looking for a review on that, then just check out my link for the Fourth Wing review I did last week. If you've not yet read Fourth Wing, then I highly recommend going back and reading it, as this does contain a spoiler about the end of Fourth Wing. Alright, that being said, let's get started. So at the end of Fourth Wing, Violet has just been stabbed by a poisoned dagger, dealt with the shock of finding out that all the creatures that she thought were fables are in fact real, and now found out that her brother is in fact alive, and discovered just how many secrets Xaden has been keeping from her. Almost sounds like a drama, right? Like a soap opera? Well, this is better than a soap opera at least. So we start Iron Flame with a whole new situation. She's still adjusting to her brother being alive. She still wants Xaden to be completely honest with her about what he's keeping secret, so she's still holding out for that. She has now found out that there's a rebellion going on, and now she knows its secrets and has to keep that safe from Daine, who can read her mind with a simple touch. And upon returning to the college to continue her lessons and start her second year there, she now has an instructor who is out to get her at all possible costs. Daine's father. Or a friend of Daine's father, I should say. He is very much determined that she reveal her second dragon, Andarna. And when she can't do that, because Andarna's sleeping the sleep of dragons and recovering, he takes it out on her. But even if it wasn't for that, he would have found some other reason to take things out on her. Simply being the general's daughter is a big enough issue for him. In this second year of college for them, along with learning the rest of their normal dragon rider skills, such as a rolling dismount by jumping off of their dragon's shoulder to get onto the ground when needed, they're also learning skills such as what to do if they get separated from their dragons, how to navigate a terrain with a map, figure out where they are, and survive until they get rescued or they get out of their situation. And this includes interrogation training. They have to learn how to handle it, what to do, and what their limits are. So Violet is dealing with quite a bit in this season, in this college year for her. On top of that, she's also dealing with just her basic relationship issues with Xaden. And unfortunately, there's a bit of a twist in that she has to make a choice towards the end of the book on who to help. And that choice is going to kind of set the story for the next book. Overall, I give it a 4.9 out of 5 stars. And consider it a more jam-packed book than the first one was, if that's even possible. And I definitely recommend reading it. So guys, so far we've had Iron Flame and Fourth Wing. The third book comes out in January, and that's a bit of a wait, but it's almost September. We got this. Before we can find out what happens after the ending of Iron Flame. I've heard some people say that they feel like it's a series that's dragging and they struggled with it, and I seriously wondered just what they've been reading that they struggle so much, because by no means have I found this to be a slow series. This is in fact one of the more action-packed and faster-paced stories I've read in quite some time. The world building is well done. The people are easy to picture in your mind. And honestly, I kind of hope someday that they pick this up for a movie, as long as they do it right, because I think it would be a cool movie. If they did it right. Only if they did it right. It's a series that I am enjoying, and I'm kind of curious to see just how far it goes. Because she's not calling it a trilogy. She's calling it a series. Which tells me that there's going to be more than 3 books. We're just going to have to wait patiently for each one until the next one comes out, which that's the harder part, is waiting patiently for each one. I'll be doing a lot of rereading in between. The way she writes the relationship between the dragons and the riders is so different from the way other people have wrote such stories. Now, I'm a huge dragon person. I like reading stories with dragons in them, so I've read a lot of variety of books with dragons. And every author has their own way of writing them, their own way of describing them. But I find this author's way of doing it very refreshing. The dragons are their own society, and they just choose to help out the humans to a point. But, as we find out in Iron Flame, the number of dragons willing to help out the humans is going down a bit. And if that continues to happen, well, then they're not going to have riders anymore, because there won't be dragons to bond to. Which then brings up the question of what would they do? Because then they'd have to redo their whole system all over again. And that's a curious thing to consider. Reading this series, I try to put myself in it. And I try and think, what would I fit in as? Would I fit in as a scribe, as a dragon rider, as an infantryman, as a healer? And I think I may or may not succeed, but I would try for the dragon rider. A, dragons, cool. And B, it's more open and less restricted, unlike the infantrymen, the healers, and the scribes. But I'd also go for the scribes because, obviously, I'm a book person, so for me that'd be like right fit. So if you're looking for a series where you can put yourself in the story and think about, well, what would you be? For one that is going to grip you and keep you going until you run out of the books to read and you're impatiently waiting for the next. And you're looking for one that starts out action-packed in Fourth Wing and has continued to be action-packed with plenty of storylines to keep you going. If the love story isn't the storyline that keeps you interested, then it's the overall mystery of what's happening with the creatures. If that's not enough to keep you going, then it's the whole mystery of the rebellion and will they succeed. And now with Iron Flame, it's will Violet survive the 3rd year and final year of college? Will there be a 3rd and final year of college? All excellent questions, and all reasons to read both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. As a side note, my favorite character so far is Violet. I just feel like she is the one character that I connect with the most. She has strength outside of physical. And she's determined. And when she can't do it physically, she finds a way around it. And she still loves her books. It's an excellent combination. And one I can fully get behind as a reader. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to check out my Fourth Wing review. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the series. Do you have a favorite character? Is Violet it, or is there someone else? Do you have one that you hate? Let me know. I'm always willing to chat about it. Until next time, guys, keep reading.